Greetings, YouTube. I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but the Arizona Governor, Jan Brewer, has signed a law into effect, sweeping immigration reform, which essentially turns all of the police officers within the state of Arizona into immigration officers as well. Essentially, anytime a police officer stops anyone for any reason, they have the right to ask for the immigration status of all persons present. They pull a car over, they can ask for the immigration status of everyone in the car. Now, a license is not valid for immigration status. I'm not really sure why, but it isn't. Now, I have a question. How many people watching this video, when they're walking around their town or driving anywhere they live, have on their person paperwork proving that you are a citizen? Remember, a driver's license doesn't count, nor will anything such as medical ID cards or credit cards or things like that. A green card would work, passport, birth certificate, I believe. But how many of you have these things on your person? I'm betting none of you. Which means that if you were in the state of Arizona and pulled over by a police officer for any reason, or questioned by one for any reason, your immigration status could be called into question, and if you're unable to prove that you are in fact a U.S. citizen, you could be arrested on the spot. Now, I'm going to hazard a guess that any person that looks like me is not going to have their immigration status questioned. And why is it that I am not going to have my immigration status questioned? What characteristic is it that I possess that would prevent these officers from wanting to question my immigration status? I wonder. Could it have anything to do with the melanin content in my skin? I think it just might. Because you see, I'm not brown. In fact, if I were any lighter in color, I would be translucent. And because in Arizona, they're not really looking to catch Polish people, British people, Australian people, Irish people, Scottish people, the white people of the world. They're looking to catch brown people, specifically those they suspect have crossed the border into the United States illegally from Mexico. So now every single cop in the state of Arizona has been given carte blanche to racially profile everyone that is brown. This is, without a doubt, going to be shot down as unconstitutional the first time someone actually gets arrested and they fight the charges, which they will do if their lawyer is more than like a day old. I am just stunned by the level of blatant, bald-faced racism and bigotry involved in this process. That this law is just so above the board about what it is. I'm sure that there are KKK members throughout the nation and white Aryan nations members throughout the nation rolling on the floor, laughing their asses off over this. Even they can't believe how lucky they've gotten with this law. Arizona has declared to the world that the entire state is full of bigots. And I'm sorry. On behalf of the United States of America, I apologize to every person on the rest of the planet that may get themselves questioned or arrested in Arizona because they are not able to prove their immigration status. Because I wouldn't be able to either. I have a birth certificate, but I keep it in a strong box. I don't have a passport. I don't have a social security card. I've got no way to prove that I am a U.S. citizen. When I walk around, I just let people assume that anyone who they see is a fellow citizen. Because that's what I believe. Everybody around me, I'm just assuming they're a citizen. Unless they tell me otherwise. Why? because I'm not a bigot. And I realize that everybody can be a U.S. citizen. Doesn't matter where you were born. Doesn't matter how long ago you came here. Anybody can become a U.S. citizen. It's one of the beautiful things about this nation. Except this right here, what's going on in Arizona, that's not beautiful at all. It runs counter to the entire concept, the ideals that this nation stands for. It is nothing but racism and bigotry and a black mark on my proud nation.